Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 faction war. This is Angstrom Heights and Tyranids versus Chaos. For the blue Tyranid team, their chMaNn is a Ravener Alpha, just building his tunnel here. Great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon. Alongside VindicareX with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist can infiltrate and disrupt. Some powerful offense and a bit of support already sneaking around. And rounding off this team is the Tenso with a Hive Tyrant. A very durable hero. All control objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption, and support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Diego. Red Chaos fellas, we've got two Sorcerers. This is cyanIDe with some Black Legion. And we've got Katla with the Iron Warriors elite scheme. These guys are offensive and disruptive heroes with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Rounding off the teams, Hate is a weapon with a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. There's some Nurgle worship. Seems like he's more interested in killing the termagants than putting pressure on this natural power down here, which I'm okay with. Couldn't kill them. He was trying to melee them in retreat, which is not great with a Plague Champion. You're probably better off shooting them with your damage over time weapon than your terrible 8 DPS melee. Down goes the Sorcerer. Diego, the Hive Tyrant, barely gets away. Hormagaunts with Adrenal Glands in amongst CSM. That's not good for those CSM fellas. They're still staying in combat though. Massively risky fight for them to stay in. Adrenal Gland Hormagaunts will rip them up. Lucky to get away, I think, with two models there. But they did. Double CSM for Hate. More Heretics up for Katla. It's double Termagants for all three Tyranid players. Now they're collapsing in on Hate, who's still very far forward. Plague Champion's in a strange place. Don't know what he's up to. Found a place to hide and shoot his bolt gun. CSM out of cover. Getting shot up by Termagants and that Ravener Alpha Termagants there with Toxin Sacks. Plague Champion runs. Should be alright. It's in full flight now. That's his top speed. Yeah, he's alright. Southwest. Full power bash here for the Tyranids against Chaos. This is cyanIDe's power that they need to be looking after. Heretics have wiped. Doom bolts on those Termagants. And a Sword of Flame for Katla's Sorcerer. Heretics afraid of the double Termagants. One of them gets consumed. They need to be afraid of the Sorcerer. Might get pushed back to the VP here, or they could detour towards the power. Looks like the Ravener Alpha of their chMaNn wants to shoot it up. Should get that gen down, I think. Early pressure on the Chaos fellas, especially down here. They have taken the power back. Hate needs to support down here a bit. They've got Noise Marines up, a couple of them. Both cyanIDe and Hate have Noise Marines up. cyanIDe needs to replace their Heretic, surely. Who else are you going to consume, Mr. Sorcerer? They're going to get revived here by the Plague Champion, which should level the Plague Champion. Diego runs away. Warrior Brood up here for the Tenso with a Barbed Strangler. Ravener Brood for VindicareX and also for their chMaNn. Barbed Strangler suppressing those Noise Marines, but not before they finish their Sonic Blaster Burst. Suppressing unit slows them down and dramatically increases the cooldown rate of their ranged weapons, so they shoot a lot slower. Although there are some weapons that do not have a cooldown. And stuff like Plague Marines and the Plague Champion operate well under suppression. It is slow and purposeful, those fellas, I guess. Noise Marines with their Cacophony, knocking back those Adrenal Gland Hormagaunts and some Termagants. Here comes Diego, any war gear. We do see these Rending Talons and a Heavy Bolter Turret up in a pretty good location, actually, for the Plague Champion. Diego falls over. He'll be alright. Ravener Brood. Get a good kill on that CSM, but now they're getting too close. Burrow striking. Big mistake, I think. Almost got away with all three models, but actually got down to one. Turret is picking apart these Hormagaunts. So this turret has a really wide firing arc, as you can see. But I always forget, I think it does less. It's either less damage or less courage damage, i.e. suppression, than the Tech Marine turret. It might be both. It might sacrifice both of those for the wider firing arc. It's certainly covering this area superbly well. They could get around here, but the enemy can't see the firing arc like we can, so they need to kind of just judge it. Meanwhile, Chaos Space Marine is getting their natural victory point back. This is Katla. Got some more CSM up in tier 1. Raptors for cyanIDe. Never did replace their heretics. At least not yet. All players probably starting to think about their tier 2s. They got a full bash and a cap on the Tyranid power. All thanks to that turret, I think. You can see the Tyranids not wanting to push that area again. The Hive Tyrant could potentially get his shield up and charge into it, maybe, but not with a bunch of stuff around. Gonna be tough to deal with. The Tenso now just coming mid. There's VindicareX's Lictor Alpha with feeder tendrils in. Picking off in the northeast. Some Tzeentchian worship. Heretics being consumed by the Sorcerer. And then throws Coruscating Flame on the Heretics, but they're very low. Should just put it on himself maybe, or on the CSM. The Sorcerer made a bit of a mistake there with his flames. Now getting stuck into some Raveners. Hormagaunts on those CSM. These are Eternal War CSM, but as you can see, they can't stand up to 8 Hormagaunt models with the upgrade. Smacking on them. More health, more damage. Painful stuff. I don't know if the Coruscating Flame would have even helped them out. And Katla loses her Sorcerer back down to the southwest. They're still crowding the power here, Chaos. There's Seismic Roar. Not sure exactly what Seismic Roar is meant to be. How is it seismic? Is he causing like a little mini Tyranid earthquake or something? But what is all that green crap? I assume that maybe just the roar is so powerful that it shakes the ground, therefore everything falls over. And he just puts out some incidental green Tyranid stuff. You know, incidental green Tyranid stuff. Plague Champion's level 4 now, bloody hell. Lictor Alpha's still level 1. Single cap for blue Tyranid team. So despite losing their power down there for a while, they've really been up on the VPs. Central's decapped right now, but so is the red team's natural. They're getting it back. Here are the tier 2s. Feel like it's a pretty long tier 1 all round. Warrior Brood for the Tenso with the Barb Strangler. Their chMaNn also Barb Strangler in. Sorcerer waiting for a Doom Bolt opportunity maybe. There to consume. I don't think those Tyranids, I don't think those heretics, sorry, can approach there. Oh, they tried to. They tried to approach, but they get away. Back to the mid. It's turned blue for the Tyranids. Doom Bolts from downtown. That might have wiped those Termagants if they didn't retreat halfway through. Diego trying to get in amongst some CSM, but here come heretics to surround him. Might go down. If those CSM were in melee stance there, they might have finished and might still get it. I think they're still going to get it. Down goes Diego. Plague Champion levels to 5 now. What is he doing? Doesn't even have a weapon upgrade or anything. They got 1 revive. Maybe he got more than 1 revive. But he's been killing a bunch of stuff with that bolt gun. Tier 2s. For Vindicare, the Tenso go basically at the same time. Katla went first. Then cyanIDe, then Hate, and now DerHa chMaNn. They fully gen this up, the Chaos team. Look at this. They've got huge amounts of power income. Plus 69 per minute. Compared to plus 32. More than double the power income of the Tyranid team. Can they take advantage of it? Can they keep their VPs? It's a double cap again. Tyranids haven't lost a single VP off their counter. The Noise Marine's going to look for this power here. Hormagaunts are on the prowl. Sorcerer is about, though. This is cyanIDe. Probably going to Doom Bolt. There it is. It's a decent hit. Wasn't a full one. Raptors getting stuck in there. These guys can jump and suppress when they land like that. Maybe they should have jumped a bit further and suppressed this stuff here. They're getting messed up by the Lictor Alpha and Diego, the Hive Tyrants in there with a Seismic Roar. And Raptors wipe. Okay then. Oh no, they don't. There's a fella there. Look at him go. They're trying to get him. He gets out. Raptors made it out. I thought they wiped. Blood Crusher on the way for cyanIDe. Never did replace those heretics. Might get some after the Blood Crusher though for demon worship shenanigans. We're getting aspiring champions up for Hate is a Weapon. You can pop that slaughter and boost their DPS quite significantly for a duration. Hormagaunts wipe. Those guys had adrenal glands as well. Fierce fighting in the mid as the Chaos fellows try to claw their way back into this game in terms of VPs and stuff. Katla's Sorcerer falls down. That was pretty good. Grenade launcher barrage into a Dark Flames over there. Down goes a Lictor Alpha. Little bit of momentum maybe for the Chaos fellas. Tyrant Guard up for the Tenso. No doubt to try and go after that turret, but at the moment they're being punched by a Plague Champion with his Plague Fist. Level 5 Plague Champion here. And we've got Mark of Tzeentch CSM as well, doing tons of damage to the Tyrant Guard. It's going to go down, I think. Oh, maybe not. Plague Champion's down. Now it goes into Shield Wall, which is vehicle armor and a self-heal, but you can't move the Tyrant Guard. So unless this turns into a las cannon turret, it should be fine. Because the anti-vehicle weapon, the Plague Fist, has gone down. 478 to 133. Oh, Blood Crusher could come in and maybe finish it off. Blood Crusher's got heavy melee. Raptors could also get heavy melee, but they're being kept in their default state, which I think is decent. A good shout, I think. Just use them to jump and suppress stuff. That aspiring champion, very much a luxury purchase for those guys, I think. Should save it for like Raptors that have leveled up, maybe. They're almost level 2. Hormagaunts in on the turret. Turret can't not shoot at things in melee range. The Tyrant Guard has survived. There's Seismic Roar. Blood Crusher's still here though. Venom Brood coming up for VindicareX to shoot at the Blood Crusher. Tyrant Guard back to his feet. Takes out a Noise Marine immediately. Blood Crusher probably doesn't want to fight it 1v1. Blood Crushers don't have melee resistance. I'm gonna assume the Tyrant Guard does, but I don't actually know that for sure. They must. They must. Can they shoot down the turret? They can't quite do it. Need some repairs. cyanIDe's going to get the revive on the Plague Champion here. There we go. Big chunk of XP. Plague Champion can now go and repair that alongside the Heretics maybe. Oh no, there's some Nurgle Worship. Does Nurgle Worship... Oh, come on. It should repair the turret, Nurgle Worship, I think. Just a little health regen on that thing. Then you could worship your Chaos Generators and repair them. 447 to 128. Red team getting their natural VP back. No, they aren't. I'm lying. They're stealing blue team's natural VP. Got confused on the map there, and Lictor Alpha is stealing red team's natural. We've got some VPs off the Tyranid counter at least. There's another Noxious Cloud. Controllable cloud of filth that damages nearby enemies. Bioplasma up for Diego. Then he goes down. Really wanting to get that Bioplasma going, I guess. And they're trying to steal this power again, the Chaos fellas. They did not repair the turret though. Oh, Plague Champion went down again, look. A lot of XP here for Katla if they can get down here, but they are trying to control their own VP at the moment. We've got a Mark of Khorne Chaos Dreadnought. Hate is a weapon with a Chaos Dreadnought of their own. No Mark though. Tyrant Guard up for VindicareX. Look at him go. Charging through stuff. Autocannon Dreadnought getting some shots in now. Decent damage to all targets. Kicking off here. Raptors with their aspiring champion. And they are level 2. But this is a bad fight. That's Hormagaunts and the Tyrant Guard. Tyrant Guard with heavy melee damage and a splash damage hit. Yeah, so pretty bad for those Raptors. Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines for cyanIDe. Also fleeing the Tyrant Guard. Tyrant Guard backed up by Hormagaunts is a pretty nasty melee fight for almost anything, really. Save, maybe. Lightning Claw Terminators, I guess. They'd put some hurt on an Ob Squad, even. More Chaos Dreadnought for Hate. Tier 3 for Katla. cyanIDe already there. Does not have Heretics to help out his Blood Crusher. You can't worship your allies' units. You can repair them, though, of course. So Hate could repair that Blood Crusher because it does count as a vehicle as well. Doom Bolts doesn't do a whole lot. Goes after the Tyrant Guard. Are you sure, Mr. Sorcerer man? Mark of Corn CSM here, as you can see, doing good damage to the Tyrant Guard. But as soon as the Tyrant Guard turns on them, they might have to leave. Down goes the Sorcerer. There's a special. Tyrant Guard levels the 2. Might need to back off. He's way too close to base. Marco Zeke CSM here now. Tries to charge out. It's a good charge. Needs to keep moving. And does keep moving. Looks like the Raptors lost their aspiring champion. Lictor Alpha now mixing it up. Level 2. Persuaded to leave. Dark Flames thrown in by, I assume, cyanIDe. It could have been Katla, though, if they're watching down here. What's this? Oh, Dreadnought chasing off the Ravener Alpha, who's got the Corrosive Devourer, which is an anti-vehicle weapon. Well, it's got an anti-vehicle mode, corrosive shots. Got Regenerate for big, fat health and health regen, and the Synapse Aura for damage, which is reaching these termagants here. That purple Synapse mark is the Synapse Aura of the Ravener Alpha. I wish they had a more distinctive name. Aside from the Synapse Aura damage in brackets. Warrior Brood wiped out. Markov Corn Dreadnought having a whale of a time. Might need some repairs though. Venom Brood did get some good shots in. Blood Pressure comes in to tidy it up. cyanIDe floating quite a lot in tier 3. Still pressing against this power though is Hate with tons of Nurgle worship. Look at that. Healing up the Dreadnoughts as well. Such an awesome change in Elite mod. That Nurgle worship now affects vehicles. I need to move up, little heretic fellas, though. Trying to bash power here. We've got a really good bashing force with the Sonic Blaster and the 2 Dreadnoughts. Ouch. Wow. That was a really good Bioplasma shot. There's another Noxious Cloud coming up, and the Hive Tyrant isn't moving. Come on, Diego. Don't you want to shoot a Dreadnought? Chaos Terminator is called in now by cyanIDe. Yeah, you need to back the hell off out of here. Noxious Cloud. Oh, it didn't move. He might have been able to finish off those Hormagaunts if it was moving. The Venom Cannon is a really powerful anti-vehicle weapon. And he retains a decent amount of melee prowess as well. He keeps a special attack and everything. I wish it told me his melee DPS on the Venom Cannon, but I guess not. 295 to 128. Tyranids in the mid, capping the central VP. What did Hate just get another Dreadnought? I thought I saw something on there. Yeah, another Dreadnought's on the way. Did they have one and then cancelled it? Ravener Brood, Burrow striking in, potentially to a lot of trouble, but they're doing alright for now. Chaos Terminators. These are cyanides, and they're going for the Lightning Claws to chop up some Tyranids. Barbshanker doing some good work there, as you can see. Oh, a Thorax Swarm, Electroshock Grub on the Dreadnought as well. Tyranno formation now. Hive Tyrant coming through, trying to finish off the Dreadnought. Gets hit by its own Tyranno formation. And now it's going to get tied up in melee. And knocked back, look at that, knocked back the Hive Tyrant. Can they finish him? Maybe. They didn't get hit by their own Tyranno formation. They might have been able to finish off one of those Dreadnoughts. Down goes the Tyrant Guard there. Oh, the Tyranids starting to fade. Terminators for both Katla and cyanIDe. Did they get their claws? They did get their claws, as you can see. And Katla's also got claws, but they're busy capping right now. Taking huge amounts of DPS from the Lictor Alpha, who's got Menacing Visage. You can't terrify Terminators, though. Got Deadly Jump as well. Can they kill one? Might be able to. Before the cap finishes. Oh, that special attack wasn't very useful. He's still hitting that model and gets him. Lictor Alpha levels to 4 off that. 288 to 41. Central VP still red. No, it's not. It's uncapped. Something's capping it there. Oh, it's a Sorcerer. Katla was being sneaky and capping it. 2 to 1. 286 to 41. So they're very low on VPs now, the Chaos team. They need something permanently stationed here so they don't lose it. Katla. Havoc's on the way for cyanIDe, especially when there's a sneaky Lictor Alpha around. Do they have... Yeah, they do have Aspiring... So keep an Aspiring Champion Heretic there, maybe. Alongside something. Maybe some Havocs in the garrison or something like that. Lictor Alpha can't do much about garrisoned units. It's cyanIDe getting the Havocs though. What is this? Venom Brood? Oh, without number. From VindicareX. Drops in upgraded Termagants and Hormagaunts, and it just got ripped to shreds immediately. But it was a decent distraction. Chaos now massing in the mid. Here comes a Tyranid push though. Tyranids formation also going off. Triple Dreadnoughts for hate. I love it. Needs a lot of repairs. Fake Champion's not repairing though, he's going to fight. Does he have an accessory yet? Nope, doesn't have armor either. Icon of Nogel would be fun. It's always fun. And it was reduced. Isn't it 20 power now? Or something? A while ago, I think. Oh, Dreadnoughts aren't in worship range. Not getting a benefit from it. 233 to 41. Carnifex is finally hitting the field. The Tenso's got one here with a Venom Cannon. And VindicareX with a Carnifex on the way. Yeah, chMaNn. Could get one soon. Needs 40 power or so. Chaos team taking the power in the northeast. So they're going to have huge amounts of power income to support their Tier 3 endeavors. Here comes a Ravener Alpha trying to get a decap. Nope. Didn't work out. Maybe the Lictor could get it under infiltration. Blast Master with a solid shot there. Still got Sonic Blaster Noise Marines in the mid too. So they've seen the Venom Cannon Carnifex. Do they get a Las Cannon maybe on those Havocs? Blast Master with another good shot. We have Marco Tzinch Dreadnought. Two of them. Two Marco Tzinch Dreadnoughts for hate. Ravener Brood trying to get the Noise Marines out of there. Almost go down. In fact, they do go down. 190 to 41. Double cap for the Chaos team. They've got that Plague Fist, Plague Champion to help them get caps if they need to as well. Shrine goes up. Can shoot out Doom Bolts. That's a Tzinchian Shrine from Katla. If they worship it, it will shoot them out more often, I think, is what happens. 166 to 41. Oh, we see Bonded Exoskeleton with Invulnerability to get the cap for Tenso. Triple Dreadnoughts are kind of low. And a Thornback Carnifex here for VindicareX. 400 more hit points. It can Stampede, this is a charge, and also spawn Rippers, which it hasn't done apparently. I don't see him anyway. Another Tyrant formation. Down goes that Dreadnought. Down goes that Dreadnought. This Carnifex is doing some work here for Vindicare. That was a little Stampede you saw there. Little mini one. Then ran into the remains of that pillar. Couldn't go any further. Needs to back off here. Melter Pistol Chaos Space Marines trying to do some work. I don't think it's the most impressive Melter Pistol though. Yeah, 5 DPS Melter Pistol. Seriously? Come on now. You can give him a slightly better Melter Pistol. 155 to 33. They get away without a model loss. I guess it's a little bit misleading because it is a slow firing weapon, that Melter Pistol, but still. DPS numbers aren't always the most intuitive. Fake Champion down in the mid. Subjugated Hormagaunts, thanks to the Tome of Subjugation from Katla. CSM run, and they're okay. Got a Barbed Strangler Carnifex now for their chMaNn. Where's VindicareX's Carnifex? All the way back at base here, all the way back at base to heal up. Did a huge amount of work. 155-23, no cap game. Both teams getting their naturals capped by the opposite team. Lightning Claw Terminators on the rampage. Oh, being walked out by Katla. I think so. Those were Katla's Terminators. That Sorcerer was in retreat. Oh, Paroxysm from a Neurothroat. Percentage-based damage over time with extra versus super heavy and heavy infantry. So really bad for Terminators. Didn't drop a model though. All that damage was evenly distributed, of course, from the Paroxysm. Nothing there to really finish it off. And Marco Tzinch Havocs it is. Oh, a nuke. Imperial Abyss. from Hate. Not sure what they were aiming at. A bunch of stuff might have retreated away from it or something. Oh, they won. I wasn't even paying attention to the VPs. Tyranids have it with a single cap at the end. An awesome comeback attempted by Chaos. They were super far behind, but made it a hell of a game. Lots of good fights. Level 6 Lictor Alpha, level 4 Ravener Alpha. Hive Tyrant level 3 did have crushing claws at the end to crush things with. Level 4 Sorcerer for cyanIDe. Katla level 5. And a level 6 Plague Champion down in the mid. I applaud the triple dreadnoughts. Not sure how well it paid off though by the end. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war. The Tenso from getting me the replay and I assume organising the lobby and stuff. And I'll see you next time.